only 11% say it's a fully well-oiled machine. 78% say feel like they're doing a decent job. And then the same 11% or a different 11% say they're completely misaligned and out of whack. So we can take that down. Sylvia, what do you think about that? Did that surprise you at all?
I'm going to tell you, it did not surprise me at all. And so I have to agree with that. As much as I'd like to say every day, all day, that we have a very well-oiled machine, in the next minute, you're like, oh, we could improve that. We should probably think about improving that. Oh, let's rearrange that. Let's, put this over here. So I believe there's always opportunity for improvement. As much as you think your operations is a well-oiled machine, there's probably something that could be improved or enhanced.
Well, and I guess part of it might be is that, organizations are set up to deal with certain types of repeatable, predictable types of incidents. But it's when something out of the ordinary comes that perhaps allows you to realize, hey, maybe we're not quite as well oiled as we thought.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, so over the last year or so, as we've been doing the Privacy Collective, or a year and a half, I think we've had a few different sessions around this topic of cross-functional collaboration, because it seems to just be a constant challenge, how to streamline workflow, improve processes, because there's so many different teams that are involved when it comes to privacy, right? It's not just a privacy office or the legal office, but it could be security, it could be IT, it could be the lines of business that own data. And, this difficulty of, collaboration, I'm just sort of curious, how has USAA worked to break down those barriers, to really facilitate collaboration, streamline those workflows across the different teams?
Well, I'll tell you that what we've done is worked hard at open and clear communication at all times. And one of the things that we focused on as well here is creating a central team, or a centralized team, as well as a centralized playbook for all of those disparate teams to work together. And what I think is really important as well is really outlining roles and responsibilities. And so a combination or culmination of that centralized team, centralized playbook, everyone having their defined role and responsibility. And also what you'll see is that along with the centralized team is really a centralized forum or some sort of meeting that everyone is familiar and accustomed with.
And is that something that was a challenge to sort of set up? Because I know, as a privacy professional or a legal professional, or even compliance, you think about privacy, but as you go outside those core groups, particularly to the owners of the data, has it been hard to sort of, I'm going to use a San Antonio term, to corral them in order to understand the importance of not just privacy within their own world, but the need to collaborate with the other teams?
Absolutely. And I'll tell you that, and probably the audience will agree, is that each unique area across your company has this proud ownership of, that's my space, right? And that's my data, or that's my process, and that's how we do it. But I think what is important here is that all come together and agree that data event management is really everyone has a piece in that, and really coming to a decision on who really should lead that, who should be the centralized team, right? Because although everyone has a piece in the event management, it doesn't always necessarily have to be somebody on the legal team that leads the meeting. So really coming to a decision on who the leader or that centralized team should be, I think would prove success.
And I'm guessing it's evolved in your 26 years at USAA, because I imagine early on, privacy was a sort of a small piece, and just over what we've seen over the last particularly 10 years, it's probably taken on an entire new role.
Yes, I agree with that. And I'll just give you a small example of how things operate here at USAA. And it may not operate the same for those folks in the audience, because obviously we're coming from different industries. But here at USAA, we do also have privacy experts that live within the business areas, right? So they're certified and they have that privacy expertise, for example, for their bank product, but they may not necessarily have that expertise when it comes to an insurance product and what's required of an insurance product and the privacy or protection of their customer on the insurance side. So really coming together and bringing that expertise into one centralized team, I think is beneficial.
And are they dedicated privacy professionals in those lines of business, or is that?
They are.
Yeah, they are. Okay. And is that, just out of curiosity, is that sort of new over the last 3, 4, 5 years, or is that?
It is.
Been something? Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, thank you. So let's continue on the theme of cross-functional collaboration. We're going to put up our next polling question, and we'll go ahead and put that up, and I will read it. Okay. What's most crucial for other teams to understand about the privacy team to facilitate cross-functional collaboration? So the options are